Hi, my name is Nate the Bias User, and right now I'm going to be reviewing the new Ari Lennox album, Age, Sex, Location. It was easy for me to make the assumption this new album was going to be a decent project, just from hearing the single Pressure. Where I'm at a good extent surprised came out a year minus a day before this album that the single led up to, that I ended up enjoying for the most part. The album starts with POF, that drew me in with a foggy piano playing a grooving riff that's catchy and was helped more by Ari's passing vocals and skipping drums. This track and much more of this album has high quality production to it, and I easily saw its value on the song Hoodie. When I was hearing these amazing underwater metal hitting sounds I noticed in the background, but as good as the attention to detail was, I found the drum beat to be boring, and the closest to a throw we got was the snare that popped up, but the mix was overblown. Pressure was my positive introduction to Ari's music, but it's not an introduction that grew on me as well, and I now consider it to be one of the inferior tracks on this project as a whole. I'm still into the snapping sounds that back up the drum beat throughout, but the retro R&B samples on the song don't stand out to me very well. And while it is catchy, its elemental sound isn't something I'd like to be stuck in my head. Onto a great song that's right around the corner from this, we get Mean Mug, that's as slow as it needs to be and results in a good fit, with the trip of a chorus working well with the spacey production. Boy Bye contains a long length that I can justify due to its storytelling between Ari, who is getting flirted with by the feature Lucky Day, who doesn't seem to give up even when being rejected. And while I'm not all that interested in the premise, I was still hoping for good vocals and instrumentals. And it's all decent, but I don't see it as something that's worth holding on to for 5 minutes. Not that great of a track, but at least there were more hits than misses on the final chunk of cuts. Outside didn't have the fastest tempo, but the fast top hat cymbals gave a subtle energy I liked a lot. And I also liked the chemistry between the heavy bass drum and strings that make me highly comfortable chilling out. The pianos on the closing track, Queen Space, were packed with fantasy, and I guess Summer Walker coming in and having high auto-tune only added to the theme of a track that was a great closer to the album. Age, Sex, Location didn't always hit, and the song I knew about before listening to this project didn't stay as enjoyable as it was when first listening to it in 2021, but this is still one of the best produced R&B albums I heard this year. I'm gonna give this album a 7.3.